This is Ben, Liam and Belle on Nova.
G'day there, podcaster.
Yeah, real fun one, this one today. We spoke to a guy that watched Groundhog Day every day for a whole year.
Whoa. Now, I've been in a few of these podcast openers before, but it's never been Belle talking. What's going on?
What do you mean? I'm Liam.
No. What's happened is Liam has gone to go take a big harumphing turd. And he's not back yet, so Belle and I said, well, we'll just record it without him.
And you know what? It's real easy to follow that recipe that Liam does every single day.
Yeah. I mean, I can't talk. I just say, g'day there, podcaster.
Yeah, then you just wait.
What's it called today?
It's called Chicken Jesus.
Chicken Jesus, which was a line I said. Pretty proud of it. And then Liam kind of ran with it. A bit of fun.
You know what we should do? We should have a point system of whoever has the most podcast title sentences that they say.
Yeah.
Then they get team member of the week. Oh, it's a bit complicated.
There should be like another title, like an MVP.
Okay. Yeah.
So team member of the week's kind of like team player, but MVP means you get the best, like you played the best.
You get the most podcast titles.
Yeah.
All right, well, enjoy this episode.
Have you ever felt personally attacked by a targeted ad? Do you know what I'm talking about, Belle?
Yes.
Ben?
I guess, yeah. So you're talking about where your phone listens to you.
Yeah.
And then it puts something in your feed that insults you.
Literally, if you're thinking about getting a wireless phone charger and all of a sudden they're just being advertised to you on your Instagram and Facebook, that's, it's not even a question anymore. That's obviously happening. We all know that. I've been getting smashed by these ads lately for dad bod t-shirts.
True Classic designed tees that fit in all the right places. True Classic has a unique design that shows off your muscles with a little wiggle room where you want it. And I get compliments every time I wear one out.
Hey, I like your shirt.
Hey, I like your shirt.
It's basically all these fat guys with and it's supposed to be tight on your arms.
I know the one.
And then floppy around the guts.
Yeah, right. So I know there's the shirts as well where they push your fat into your chest.
No, it's not one.
Wait, what?
Are
you talking about skins?
It's like form fitting.
Yeah,
so pushes
I've
your
also
fat
had them.
into your chest.
It's essentially like a corset for men. Yeah, corset for fat dudes. But it's got me thinking, I'm like, hang on, rude. Okay, why do I need these shirts? Am I getting them because I'm a man in my mid-20s who follows a lot of beer pages, so statistically I'm going to have a tubby guts? Or through AI, the new technology they've got these days, are they scanning through my Instagram profile and they've seen I've got frump above the jeans? You know what I mean?
Using your face recognition scan on your phone and goes, oh, a few chins there.
Yeah, well, that's it. They count the chins when you open your phone with your Face ID.
How many beer pages are you following?
Yeah, what?
I don't follow any beer pages.
Really? I follow all the beer pages.
As in beer companies?
Yeah. Well, they do promotions and things. I won a skateboard before. I won this thing where it was you and 10 mates at the brewery. And...
Well, there's your problem.
Yeah, I know. But so, look, I know, I get it. I'm getting these ads and I'm trying not to overthink it. I'm like, look, probably a lot of guys my age are getting these ads. Maybe they don't know that I'm a bit fat. Yesterday, I'm picking up my fiancée, Sarah. We're driving in the car and she's on her phone. She's just flicking through. And then this ad starts playing.
The fit around the arms and chest is perfect. It makes him look like he actually works out.
I started getting jealous because women started complimenting him more. It's his new favorite shirt. So ladies, do your guys and do yourselves a favor and pick up some True Classic tees. You will not regret it.
It's the same company advertising to the person who buys my clothes. My fiance saying, hey, are you sick of your fatty? Well, guess what? This is going to make him look like he actually works out. Back off, Zuckerberg. All right, back off.
Ever felt like a holiday after your holiday? Plan your next getaway on the What If app and access mobile exclusive deals.
Plus, select hotels are fully refundable just in case your plans change.
Booking cancellation windows apply. What if it's Aussie for travel?
Now, this time yesterday, we asked the question, you took your eyes off them for 1 second.
That's
and
right.
what happened? Now, we were getting fantastic stories from parents with their kids who had, we had one caller whose child's nose came off, which was wild. But one call that did spark our interest was from Belinda.
They'd x-rayed him,
Yeah.
and of course the battery was sitting in there. Yeah, it came out 3 days later. So we have the memorabilia in a jar.
We were saying that, hey, why mum's always putting stuff in jars?
It's always, there's something in a jar in the house, whether
Yeah.
it's something that you swallowed as a kid,
Yeah.
maybe something that, I don't know, they took off you when you were
Out
born.
of you.
Yeah, if you missed that story, because it was pretty quick. So her son swallowed a little battery, like one of those little 10-cent piece batteries, and then 3 days later pooped it out, and then she kept it in a jar.
Sifted it out and put it in a jar. So, 13, 24, 10. What did your ma keep in a jar?
I do have one, but it's something my pa kept in a jar. Will we accept
We
that?
might do that one on Monday.
No,
that's
I'll
all right.
allow it. I'll allow it.
It's not that exciting. It's just the gallstones that he passed.
Yeah, my mum kept
How
her
gross is
gallstones
that?
as well, I think.
But like literally like so you know, if you were like, oh, I need to borrow some deodorant, you go into Dad's like toiletries drawer,
Yeah.
it'd literally be like shaver, old toothbrush, ear cleaner, gallstones.
yeah.
Yuck. My mum kept something in a jar in the fridge for a very long
not the
time.
fridge.
Yeah, so we used to have chickens and there was no roosters. We only had hens. Yet one day, Mum cracked one of the eggs from our chickens and it had like a full fetus in there. And we didn't know how that happened because there's no roosters anywhere.
Chicken
So-
Jesus.
Chicken
It could.
Mary.
You're right. It could have been Chicken Jesus, and what you've done is you've cracked Chicken Jesus. You were going to have him for breakfast in an omelette, and then I'm assuming you put him in the fridge.
That's the thing. It mesmerised us so much. Mum took it out of the pan because she cracked the egg into the pan and was
Yeah.
like, "Oh, it's a fetus," and put it into a jar. And then she put it in the fridge because she was like, "Oh, what do we do with it? Like, do we want to hand
Would
it
some
in
sort of
somewhere?"
museum
Like,
want this? Probably not. Probably not. No.
It stayed in the fridge for a very long time. I think it almost reached a year, and then we said, "Oh, we should probably call it."
Yeah, it's pretty gross. But that's just a perfect example of a ma keeping something in a jar. And that's kind of what we're looking for this morning. So 13, 24, 10. What did your ma keep in a jar?
I can already see a couple of calls coming through for this.
Rachel from Diggers Rest, you've got a ma. What did she put in a jar?
I think it's actually more common than I'd care to imagine, but my mum has kept all my baby teeth in a jar and still has them.
Oh, yeah, that's a little bit serial killery, isn't it?
Yeah.
Where is the jar on display?
The jar is on display. It's not a see-through jar, but it's on the cabinet right near the dining room table.
Yeah, right. And so, Rach, if you don't mind me asking, how old are you now?
I'm 25
Okay,
right now.
so have you got kids? No kids?
No kids, no.
Okay, so when you have kids, do you think when you are a ma yourself, do you think you'll keep things in jars?
Don't think so, no. Not the teeth anyway.
Yeah, but you say that, but you're not a ma yet, so you don't really know. You know what I mean? I think that sort of comes to you later in
The
life.
hormones take over and you just start putting things in jars.
The jar becomes
We need to
real
remember
appealing.
this for later when they get older.
Sarah in Sunbury, what did your ma keep in a jar?
It's actually myself. I've kept my daughter's umbilical cord
Oh, right.
when
Oh,
it fell off,
oh yeah, nice.
and she's now 12 years old.
So what does a 12-year-old umbilical cord look like?
It's just dried, shriveled up little kind of sausage kind of thing.
Oh, see, I thought it would be more like a jar of pickles where you've put it in some liquid
No,
and
it's
you've
just
kept
kept it there.
No,
Grind
it's just dried. Yeah, it's just a dried.
I'd imagine it might look like an old Twiggy stick left in a lunchbox, perhaps.
Yeah.
And what do? You just get it out every now and then and just have a look at it?
No, I don't.
You don't even look at
in a
it.
little
Yeah.
in a little container where I've got like a first lock of hair. And
Yeah.
Every birthday you get the kids around, you play a game of pin the umbilical cord on Jess.
Oh.
Back where it came from. And Holly in Healesville joins us now. Yeah, I know, it's a funny one, isn't it? Does your ma keep something in a jar?
She does.
Right.
Go for it.
So when she was like a young teen, she begged her doctor to keep her tonsils.
Oh, yuck.
I imagine that they would be in some kind of brining liquid. Are they floating around?
Yeah, so her brother, my uncle, used to, funnily enough, keep like snakes and lizards preserved in jars and
Right.
that sort of thing as well. So he took it upon himself to preserve my mum's tonsils.
Oh, that's gross.
Dumb question. In a jar, what do they look like?
Exactly how you'd think.
Just like two floating balls.
Just fleshy balls.
Coloured gobstones.
Sure, it's not your brother's from when he was a kid? Just joking.
Justin joins us now. Good morning, Justin. What does your ma keep in a jar?
Morning, guys. Yeah, so back in high school, I had a full head of dreadlocks. Fast forward about 10 years,
Yeah.
I'm helping Mum move out of her house, and I find a handful of them in a jar.
Dreads in a jar. Rastafarian mum.
What's
Yeah, right.
So when you asked her, what's her plan?
I have no idea. I said, don't open that jar because that would be rank. For
Yeah.
I told her to get rid of it, but she just held on to it. I'm not sure what she's going to do with it.
I love if she opens the jar and on your birthday she knits them into one of those silly hats that people wear with the Rastafarian stuff on the top.
Did she cut the dreads off for you, or did she go raid the barber's bin?
No, I had to shave them off, and so she did the honours, and must have just pocketed a handful of them.
That's such a mum thing. They're like, at least if they move away, I've got a little piece of them here with me in my cupboard.
Nicole joins us now. Good morning, Nicole. What's your ma got in a jar?
Okay, so it wasn't my ma, it was me, but I think I'm a bit of a weirdo, but I sticky taped my daughter's first booger into her Facebook.
Okay. Why?
That is by
Nicole?
far the most unnecessary one that we've heard.
She's going to have so many of them, and it's not like, oh my God, she's finally made some snot.
No, it was just like this big, huge one, and I was like, I don't know, it was just hanging there, and I'm like, I'm keeping that.
Yeah. Well, you are a ma, and you do have the inkling to put things in a jar from time to time, so we can't knock you off.
It's 6:10. Hallelujah, it's 6:10.
Good morning and a happy Friday to you, Talia. What are you up to this morning?
Just coming back from dropping my partner off at work.
Oh, what does he do?
He works in caravans at Regent and Snowy River.
Yeah, right. So, as in, like, works on them, as in makes them or sells them?
Helps make them, repair them, impart
cool.
warranties and all of that.
So, you're a big caravanning family then? Do you go caravanning often?
We don't actually own one yet, but
wow.
Isn't that rough? A life spent fixing others' caravans and you don't even have one to enjoy on the weekends.
Well, that's what they say about, chefs spend all day making
This is
beautiful food. They
true.
get home, they have 2-minute noodles.
They have some crumpets.
Yeah, that's it.
Okay, well, let's see if you can win the 610 quiz. If you get all 5 right, there might be a caravan in it for you. I don't think we can rustle one of them up in the next 5 minutes. Mikey stuffed up last night with commuters all over Melbourne getting a free trip. I actually saw a lot of school kids getting on my train last night, and none of them were scanning, and I was like, you're all going to get in trouble. But that does make sense now. What are the 3 modes of public transport that you can use Mikey on?
Trams, trains, buses.
Done it. King Charles won't replace the Queen on the $5 note. What native Australian animal is on the 5-cent piece?
Oh.
Yeah, it's tricky.
It's not tricky.
Well, it's sneakily, like, I can see how you could forget.
Echidna?
It is an echidna. EU officials are heading to Australia to make us change the name of region-specific cheeses such as Gouda, Feta and Edam. What cheese is nicknamed the squeaky cheese?
The squeaky cheese.
Yeah, it squeaks a bit when you eat it.
What is it?
Have a guess.
Stab in the dark.
Are you talking like those?
No, I think we've got to move on, Talia.
Sorry.
Darcy joins us now. Do you know what the squeaky cheese is otherwise known as?
Is it halloumi?
Yes. Hey, Darcy, what does the cocky cheese say to himself in the morning in the mirror? Hello, me. Bit of a cheese joke for you. Come on, guys, it wasn't that bad. Two more questions. It's Cristiano Ronaldo's 38th birthday this weekend. What noise does he make when he scores? There's a Nike and Tiffany collab. They're selling black shoes with a Tiffany blue swoosh. Finish these lyrics.
And I said, what about breakfast at Tiffany's?
No.
You don't know that song.
Yeah.
Oh.
I must admit, that's a great song, but I normally go, and I said, what about breakfast at Tiffany's?
No, that's not
It's
No way. It's an iconic line. Al joins us now. Good morning, Al. Can you please finish these lyrics?
And I said, what about breakfast at Tiffany's?
She said hi when hi. Something about hi.
No, that's how I sang it.
You're
Nah,
so
I get you, Al.
You had it.
Angela in Greensborough. Can you finish these lyrics?
I said, what about breakfast at Tiffany's?
He said, I think I remember the film.
Very dry, but you did say all the lyrics in the right order.
She said, I think I remember
I didn't
the
want
film.
your ears to blow.
Yeah, well, certainly wasn't a singing voice. Okay, well done, Ange. Thank you so much for playing. You get to pick the next song we play. So would you like to hear some gym class heroes?
Take a look at my girlfriend. She's the only one I got.
Been peddling that for a little bit. Or would you like to hear The Prodigy?
Oh, yeah. Breathe. Off fat of the land. The little crab running on the beach. Ange, what's it going to be?
Oh, that brings back a few flashbacks. We'll go to Prodigy.
Yeah. Oh, we've got an old school caner on the line, guys. Here we go. Get your glow sticks out. Well, yesterday it was Groundhog Day,
Then put your little hand in mine.
which means it's Groundhog Day today in America, the actual Groundhog Day. And it also means that yesterday, an Aussie guy called Adam finished what he set out to do a whole year ago, which was watch the movie Groundhog Day every day for an entire year. If you're not familiar with the film, Bill Murray wakes up and it's the same day every day. But I suppose this is quite the commitment. Adam actually joins us on the line now. Why did you decide to do this, man?
Obviously, I'm a bit of a masochist. I think is the easy answer. But I originally went into it with the idea that I wanted to see. I read a tweet, funny enough, on Twitter that a woman put up about her grandmother who'd watched Pretty Woman every day for 5 years.
Whoa.
She'd worn out 2 VHSs over that 5-year period. I thought to myself at the time, like, I wonder what movie would, be able to sustain that sort of, that sort of viewing. And I just decided I'd test myself with Groundhog Day for a year.
So, did you watch it every day? So, what time of the day was your choice of viewing?
My only rule was I had to complete a viewing in the day. Some days I'd get up and I'd watch it, I'd just put it on over breakfast and then sort of watch it in the morning. Some nights it'd be like, oh no, I've got to fit a viewing of Groundhog Day in it.
Before I go to bed.
You got to just cram one in there.
Yeah, if you got like a wedding or something, you have to watch it before. So, Adam, can you recite every single word from the film?
Pretty much, yeah. I can do a pretty good job of karaoke.
Can you give us one of your favourite scenes? Just your favourite sort of quips between a couple of the characters.
Phil Connors, when he becomes a really good weatherman, he says, when Chekhov saw the long winter, he saw a winter bleak and dark and bereft of hope. Yeah, we all know that winter is just another step in the cycle of life. But standing here among the people of Punxsutawney and basking in the warmth of their hearts and hearths, I can't imagine a better fate than a long and lustrous winter.
Oh, that's good.
So do you still like the movie, or are you sick of it?
I have a really deep appreciation for it. I don't know that I'm going to be rushing back to watch it again anytime soon.
Yeah.
But it's a classic comedy, and I mean, just sort of seeing the response to this thing that I wrote about it, really shows how much it's one of the favourite films of a lot of people.
It's one of the greats, one of Bill Murray's best. I remember watching it at my friend's house when I was younger, and their grandpa, he was like this old German guy, and he had dementia, so he was like living with the family. And I remember we were like an hour into the movie, and he's like, "I've already seen this bit." Like, no, grandpa, I don't think you understand Groundhog Day.
Now, Adam, apparently, are we hearing this right? Are you going to write a book about your experience?
Yeah, I'm thinking about. I started off and I thought maybe this is a documentary like Super Size Me, where we see my experience every day, and then I realised that that's a pretty boring documentary. It's a guy sitting on a couch watching TV.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking I might translate it into a book. I've got ideas about different chapters, different focuses on different elements of the film.
Yeah. Do you know what you could do, Adam? As a bit of a lull, like you could write one chapter and then just repeat that chapter like 12 times in the true spirit of Groundhog Day.
Well, Adam,
that would actually speed up the process.
Yeah, it would.
You have done, I don't know, is it impressive? I guess
think
it's
it
impressive.
is. I think it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's an impressive thing, Adam, and we appreciate you coming on this morning to talk all about it.
Great to chat with you.
Liam, yesterday you rushed off from work to go to the gym.
Yeah. No, I never made it, actually.
You didn't make
What?
it?
Yeah, no, I'd signed up. And
You've been talking about
Yeah, I
going to
know.
this gym now since the start of the year.
You left work early and you had a whole bag of like
yeah,
your gym stuff.
I got all dressed, got ready, went down there. Google Maps said I'd be 15 minutes early. It's my first time sort of driving around the Docklands, and took a wrong turn. Added 16 minutes onto the trip because I couldn't like cross over the tram line, and then I finally got there. And they said, like, get there 10 minutes early before your first session. And I was already, like, right on time. And then I was literally driving around for, like, 10 minutes looking for a car park. And then I was like, I can't walk. If it's, like, a 45-minute thing, I can't walk in, like, 10 minutes late. So then I just went home and ate some chips.
Oh.
Are you serious?
Well, I feel like that's the universe saying, take another month off,
No,
King.
it's not.
Get KFC for breakfast, whatever. It's too hard sometimes.
Well, maybe it was better that you didn't end up going. I did go to the gym yesterday, unlike you, but something horrific happened. Like as you guys know, I've signed up to BFT, so it is absolutely hectic.
Yeah.
Mid-class, absolutely going on. We were working our asses off while you're all at home eating chips, Liam, and I'm going for it on the ergo, and you guys know my sweet, lovely mother.
Yeah.
She rocked up halfway through the class, halfway through the BFT
Your mum was
class.
there.
What? So your mum's going to your gym now?
We're like halfway through, absolutely going for it.
Yeah.
And my mum comes in the front door, which is all glass, like there's
Yeah.
no front desk or anything. You just walk straight into where everyone is, and she goes, "Ooh, Belle, Belle!" And I was like, "What?" And the big guy that runs our class, Christian,
Yeah.
he's like, "Jackson, your mum's here." I was like, "What?" She came to drop off some clothes that I need to hand me down to my half sister.
Oh, wonderful. I'm just in the middle of a set, Mum.
Yeah,
Just give me like, oh my God, we're like literally living together right now. You probably could have done this at home. Jeez, wild weather last night, Melbourne. I mean, even throughout the day, it took a real change, didn't it? I'm still sort of getting used to it being hot and wet in the same day. So I was taking the dog out for a walk at around 6 p.m. in Birkenstocks, and like literally the pavement was flooded. Like I was like, my Birkenstocks were like full of water.
I was spewing because yesterday I just put down a pre-emergent on my lawn, and then because I didn't think it would rain, and then in come the rain, washed it all away.
Is that the seeds? Is that what that is?
For the of weeds, yeah, so it's like weed control.
Oh,
Every day, Ben, you're a step closer to AM radio, I reckon. Oh, bloody put the pre-emergent on my lawn
If
last
I
night.
can't talk about
Wash it away, it
if
bloody
I
did.
can't talk about pre-emergent on my lawn, then I don't want to be here.
Yeah, well, just stay tuned for more Ben's gardening tips and quarrels.
Two tradies in Hadfield have absolutely locked horns. So the argument was because a roof tiler, had fully finished a roof. He was owed $6,500, and 12 months went past, and the builder hadn't paid him yet. And so he took the law into his own hands, and he went back to the house and he ripped all of the tiles off of the roof. There was people filming the incident. Have a listen. I've tried to beep out all the swearing.
Get off the roof! I'll get off the roof when I rip it off, mate. When it's off, I'm... Shut up, mate. You've had 12 months.
I love when he says, "Shut up, mate." Get off the effing roof, mate.
He's
Shut
pretty
up,
cool.
mate.
He's pretty cool about it. He's like, about 12 months.
But to be fair, if you don't pay someone in 12 months, I think that's fair. Like, I think you're probably well within your rights to start pulling your job up.
This was a current affair covering this story. That's where it all kind of came to light.
Hang on, you're telling me a current affair covered a sort of minor dispute?
Yeah. And
I don't
so
believe it.
In the story, they're interviewing both sides, and they interviewed the builder who hadn't paid. And
Yeah.
in that, the builder said, "Oh, I think he looks worse than me," but I totally disagree. I think you look like the absolute a-hole, and the tiler's just doing what he needs to do to get his money.
Maybe if it was, 3 or 4 months after you get, all right, ease up. I'm sure, they're sorting out the cash flow, the invoices or whatever. But 12 months, you're probably not going to get paid at that point.
12 months as a tiler, you have every right to hit the roof.
Oh, gee whiz.
Come on.
That was worse than that halloumi one I tried on earlier.
No, don't let that distract you from what I want to do this morning. Calling all tradies, and you don't have to be a tradie, you could just be anybody in the world, really, to be honest. 13 24 10. I would love to know this morning, when did you take the law into your own hands?
Within reason. We don't want to collect call from prison.
We will take no calls of violence.
Yeah.
But I would love to know when you took the law into your own hands.
Just thought, you know what? Nah, stuff ya. Tom in Keilor Park, you took the law into your own hands.
Yeah, I did, mate.
Tell us about it, Tom.
I'm a chippy. About 3 or 4 years ago, I started a business, and it took 8 months to get paid for an internal fix-off. So doors, architraves, door jambs, skirts. And one night, me and a few mates had a few too many to drink, and we went on down there and in the middle of the night and ripped everything out. Cut it all apart,
Right.
smashed it to bits.
Yeah, I was going to say, because I was like, if you were doing like the framework of the house, I'm like, you can rip tiles off. You can't actually pull the entire structure down when people are living in there. But I suppose you can, take the skirting boards off. You can get a bit of money back there. Anon in Mentone, you also took the law into your own hands.
G'day, guys. How are we?
Very good,
Very
Anon.
well.
Yeah, look, I had an issue with a tenant that was uncontactable and wasn't paying rent for a significant period of time. So I decided there was only one way I'd get in contact with my real estate agent, and that was to pull out a few porcelain fuses so he was short of some power for a little while.
So if he would use a kettle, then the entire power would just go down for the house.
Yeah, I think he struggled to watch maths for a couple of nights.
Yeah, cop that. The worst crime you can possibly commit. Jeez, I'm excited for this one. 13 24 10. Give us a buzz right now. If you want VIP tickets to Post Malone, we're playing a little game of Toast Malone this morning.
No, Liam, see, here's the thing. Every
What?
time we have good prizes to give away on the show, you say, leave it with me, I'll take care of it.
do.
And then you end up shoving food in your mouth and just rhyming the artist's name with the food you're eating.
Well, we don't know how the game Toast Malone works yet, so...
I'm pretty sure
We do, and our boss does, and we have actually got here in front of us. He's called in on like the hotline to bypass everybody calling in.
Okay, good morning, David.
Hey, guys.
Hi.
Yeah, could we not?
Well, I mean, I thought you loved Spam Smith and Ham Smith and Lamb Smith.
Quick story that I didn't tell you. So a couple of weeks ago, the CEO's down here, and I run into him in the kitchen, right?
Yeah.
Lovely guy, hey?
Yeah.
And the first thing he says to me is, David, I reckon we can do better than Yam Smith, don't you?
You see, the phone line's breaking up a little bit, David. So I think, is he dropping out? I think so we've lost him. We're going to play the intro.
Pass me the rye. Give me some Vegemite. And call us right now on 13 24 10 for tickets to Toast Malone.
Good morning, Melbourne. Good morning, CEO of Nova. Yes, this is a game called Toast Malone where I fill my mouth with toast and sing a Post Malone song.
Interesting. If you can guess the name of the song, you are heading along with the VIP tickets. This is an awesome prize.
It's actually a sweet
It's
prize.
incredible. So the VIP ticket to Post Malone includes access to pre-show lounge, including like canapes, cocktails, complimentary just drinks. There's a photo booth. You get just like gifts when you leave. It's
Man,
incredible.
it sounds fancy. Maybe you'll get those little toasts as well if they've got snacks.
Interesting. You've gone for, it looks like a whole meal type.
Yeah,
Is it multi?
Yeah, well, I'm a picture of health. Bailey in Mentone. Good morning, you big Toast Malone fan.
Good morning. Yes, I am.
All right. Well, this should be pretty easy for you. I'm about to pack the toast in. Sound good?
Yep.
Okay, let's do this.
All right, Liam is putting the toast in his mouth. You have to tell me the name of the Post Malone song. You got
How do you fit the whole
You got a whole
piece in?
slice in
What?
there.
I didn't
Nice.
expect that.
It'd be so dry. Bailey, what is the Post Malone song called?
Is it better now?
You probably think that you are better now. Better now. You only say it 'cause I'm not.
You are heading along to see Post Malone with a VIP package. Congratulations, Bailey.
Yay, thank you.
You don't seem that excited. You do realise you've won a VIP package to Post Malone. It's not like you've won the toast or something.
Thank you.
Oh, good stuff. That's what it's all about, guys. Big radio moments, I got a text last night from my neighbour, Jenny.
Oh, you've lived there for such a short amount of time and you're already texting your neighbours?
Yeah, I've got everyone's number. It's always good to, if they need something,
That's nice of
lend
you.
me some sugar. I am your neighbour.
Is that how you say it?
No, that's how they say it in the song, the Outcast song.
Oh, okay.
You know,
I got
shake
it, Liam.
Shake it like a Polaroid picture.
Right.
Let me some sugar. I am your neighbour.
Yeah.
No, I get it.
We're not trading sugar. It's more just like, you know, if we need to communicate as good neighbourly people do.
Because if anything, you were too close to your previous neighbour. Liam lived in a attached townhouse with his neighbour. The guy was like 65 years old, single, and Liam.
Well, Nick is a lovely guy,
and
he was
you
also
were befriended.
he just turned 60. Okay, so
he was 60.
You're adding Mayo on it.
You're 26, and you and him were best friends.
Well, we were neighbours. We went out for a few dinners and that sort of stuff. Anyway, it's beside the point. We're getting distracted. I got a text last night from my neighbour Jenny.
It's weird that whenever Sarah wanted to come, he said no.
No, that never happened.
And it's weirder when he said no to Liam going and just Sarah.
Okay, guys, let's back to my text that I got from Jenny. It said, this is a weird one. Just saw you in your jocks.
Whoa.
Oh.
I know. I'm like, what the hell? Like, I was like, how intrusive? Like, she must have been. I was like, was she peeing over the fence or like what? Like, our fences are kind of low, but I was like, even if she did see me, you'd think you'd be ashamed. Like, if I saw my neighbour in her knickers, I'd be like, ooh, like I wouldn't, I wouldn't let her know that I'd seen it. I'd go and I'd have a shower or something. I'd feel ashamed. And look, I was wearing my jocks, and it sort of unnerved me so much so that I put my shorts on because I would have been looking disgusting just sitting there on the couch in my jocks.
Yeah.
And like after like going back and forth in my head, I was like, oh, how do I like respond? Like, what do I say to that? And I was like,
what you see?
Yeah. You like this, Jen? You want to send some pics?
Just for my imagination, what does she look like?
She's a nice looking lady. She's also in her 60s. So
oh god,
right in my striking zone for people to have dinners with. And I text back and I said, oh dear, haha. In the kitchen, or because there's like a little bit in the kitchen with this sort of a window, and then she replied, no, on the TV in the ads between Australia and Idol, because there's an ad on at the moment
with you and your speedos,
where Ben and myself get down into our speedos. So
yes.
Because sex sells, baby, and obviously you get a couple of roosters like Ben and myself in our jocks.
Poor Jenny.
People are going to listen to the show.
What's trending?
So George Pell's memorial was held yesterday in Sydney. You may have seen the videos, you may have seen the photos of who was there, who was attending, but also the protesters that attended out the front. They pretty much stole the day, in my opinion. But let's stick with firstly who was there, who spoke at the memorial. We had Prime Ministers Tony Abbott and John Howard. We also had Peter Dutton in attendance. Tony Abbott actually gave a quite flattering speech.
He was always thoughtful, often charismatic, occasionally imperious, constantly concerned for the well-being of others. He's the greatest Catholic Australia has produced and one of our country's greatest sons.
I mean, if he's the country's greatest son, are you for real?
Yep. So
that a former Prime Minister is up there speaking at that Rock Spiders funeral, saying that sort of stuff.
So that's what's going on inside the church. Outside the church, though, there were protesters absolutely going to town.
Sounds like more of a vibe out there, to be honest. I think I'd be with the people outside the church, that's for sure.
The chasers rocked up as well.
Then people were upset about that. I'm like, why are we not getting angry about, you know?
Yeah, so they rocked up and they were carrying a coffin and it was filled with evidence. This was a nod to the fact that the allegations that George Pell buried evidence of child sex abuse and also like moved priests around. So all the burying of the evidence was that. And King Charles will not replace Queen Elizabeth on the Australian $5 note.
Saw that.
Yeah, so this discussion has been going around since her passing of who will take over on the Australian $5 note. But she's been on there since 1992 when she celebrated her 40th anniversary. And now the Reserve Bank has said that its new design will honour first Australians instead.
Which is the right move, I think. Glad we're getting a note that better reflects, you know, the country's history. But it is a little bit sad that we don't get to do the whale dick thing anymore. You know what I'm talking about, Belle? You never done that?
No.
I'll show you a trick later on with a $5 note. It was a good one at school. I'd always get a few laughs.
Yeah, actually, do your last story and then I'll show you.
Yeah, sure. And EU officials are on their way to Australia to make us change the names of our cheeses. You guys know how you can't have champagne unless it's from Champagne.
The Champagne region.
It's sparkling wine. Same that with Manuka honey. It can only be Manuka honey if it's from Manuka. Well, now cheeses like feta, Gouda, Edam, halloumi are all possibly having to change their names because they're not from those regions.
That won't be good. If you got to call it like where it's from, instead of Gouda, it's just Moorabbin now.
Yes.
Can I have a slice of Moorabbin Industrial Park, please, sweetie?
Pretty much. Well, the officials are on their way. It could happen.
Well, anyway, it's a bit of a visual bit, but good news. Ben's folded up a $5 note.
So see, that's the whale. And then see the pearls. That's the whale. You can't see that?
So it's a whale.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But see what the whale's doing?
It's just the queen.
No. This has to be an off-air conversation.
It's an off-air bit. Yeah.
Alrighty, folks, it's time for the Ben, Liam and Belle meat tray.
Every damn Friday, the best caller of the week gets a Friday meat tray here. And I tell you what, it's looking really good this week. I mean, have a look at the sausages in there, the chops, the patties.
I've put some vegetarian patties in there as well.
Nice.
And, just some fake meat as well.
Yeah, well, it's all thanks to We Meat Again. Butchers in Bundoora. Very good. The best quality of meat in the northern suburbs who specialise in aged beef and high-score Wagyu.
Now, before we get to the best caller of the week, we have to do an honourable mention.
Yeah, we were speaking about bad mums, weren't we? And a young girl called Gabrielle called through and told this story about her mum.
We're at the petrol station and it was full of kids, like the car, and this guy winked at my mum. My mum went out of the car and she slapped him once.
Oh my God! So someone winked at your mum and then she slapped them?
Yeah, it was some old guy.
Honourable mention to you, Gabrielle. You can call any old time. But there can only be one winner. One person walking away with the meat. And this week it's going to be Rye. We were, in the Forbidden Folder, we were talking to people who are furries, who are people that dress up like animals and, sometimes they sort of get it on. And Rye was actually a dragon. Obviously, I get if people are pretending to be like a cat, licking their paws and, spraying and stuff. But
gosh, of course.
But
I mean, look, if people aren't looking at porn, I don't know what they're doing with their lives.
Oh no, I said paws. I didn't say anything. I didn't say anything.
Oh
about
my
paws.
goodness.
Rye, the dragon from Collingwood. Good morning. You're our best caller of the week.
Good morning, Ben, Liam and Belle. How are you guys today?
So damn good. Do you think you'll have some sort of furry barbecue this weekend, perhaps?
Oh, absolutely. With the meat tray, I would be more than happy to bring that over and share it with my friends.
Pretty careful if you had sort of the faux fur near the open flame. You'd want to make sure that it wasn't flammable,
absolutely. It goes right up in flames. You can't stand too close to an open fire, and, some of them are just a bit too hot.
Right, we loved your call so much this week. We couldn't stop talking about all the fantastic insights that you gave us, and especially about the FurCon that's coming up.
Yes, and people can check out the full chat in the Ben, Liam and Belle podcast if they're interested. We have punched in the coordinates for Collingwood, so we're going to shoot the meat tray over. Do you think you could use your dragon breath to roast the meat mid-air? Would that be cool?
You bet I could.
All right, here we go. Load it up, Liam.
All right. Oh, it's coming.
Oh, here it goes. Oh, hang on. Not there yet.
I got you, baby. Oh, you got that meat. That's freshly delivered. Much appreciated, y'all.
Pretty cool how you can speak and breathe fire at the same time as well.
Very cool.
It's a skill that not even many real dragons have. So thank you, Rye. Appreciate you having some fun with us.
We already recorded the podcast, but while you're doing a poo, Liam. But this is the end of the podcast. Just wanted to let you know.
Bloody hell. Are you for real? Now everyone knows that I've done a poo. And I think I was pretty quick about it as well.
I think most people, the way we did it, most people won't notice it, weren't there?
Just Belle pretended to be you.
Oh, cool. I'm looking forward to hearing that.
Yeah. Just for anyone that's confused, so at the start you would have heard Belle and I.
Yeah.
Belle pretending to be Liam. And then Liam finished his poo, came back in, and then we said, all right, let's record it, Liam. and then told him.
I was ready. I was like, here we go. We're going to talk about the episode.
Okay, just so I know, what would you say?
G'day, podcaster. Welcome to Chicken Jesus. Probably sounds like a bit of a band or something like that. That's probably what I would.
No. I just went, g'day, podcaster, and then Belle.
Bit of a fun one today. It's called Chicken Jesus. And we spoke to a guy, watched Groundhog Day for.
Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. Yeah, that's probably.
She played a pretty straight Liam.
Yeah.
Pretty straight bat. Yeah. Okay. Well, I appreciate that. That's one of the cool things about having three in the show. Like you can do that. You can go do a poo, and other people just do your job for you.
When it's a threesome, you can take some time out, go to the toilet, and you can just keep going.
If you want to do a poo now, Belle, we can continue on with it.
I don't need to.
Okay.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcasts.com.au.